welcome back to my channel. So today I have this look for you guys. It is this sweat-proof summertime makeup look that's great for parties, for graduation, and it's like a perfect mid-glam where you're going to look like a bronzed, golden, glowy goddess, and it will last you the whole day. So I have my graduation today, so that's why I've done this look for you guys. It is perfect for anything like that. So yeah, if you'd like to see more, then please keep watching. Okay, you guys, so I am barefaced right now and I'm going to moisturize alongside you. So the three things that I'm going to use to moisturize are this Eucerin cream. It's got 5% urea, which is really good if you have dry skin like me. Then you've got the sunscreen, which is a necessity, of course. And I also use Vita Coco's, well, you could use any coconut oil. I love putting coconut oil underneath my makeup. I feel like it goes on much more smoothly, and it's a great primer for your skin as well. So I've mixed the three products on my hand, and I'm just going to we have moisturized, and we're going to give a few seconds for that to settle in. The products that you are going to use for your skin are extremely crucial because you want to make sure that you have a nice flawless base and to also make sure that it lasts throughout the day. So I'm going to start with this Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer because I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty foundation, and I find that the Fenty Beauty foundation sits really well underneath this primer. So I'm just going to put the primer in my T-zone. So I'm putting this primer on my T-zone because that's where I get extremely oily, and as it is graduation, I would like my foundation to stay just exactly as it is. So, okay. Next, as this is a summertime event look, we want to look really bronzed, really glowy, and just lit from within. And that we're going to achieve by using this. These are the Marc Jacobs Dew Drops. They're insanely good when you put it on underneath your foundation and really look like you're lit from within. So I'm going to take a little bit of this. A little goes a long way, okay? So we're just going to squeeze a little bit onto our hand. Okay, just like so. And actually this is probably going to be too much, so I'll save it for later. And I'm just going to put it wherever I want to look glowy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and blend this into my skin. I'm also going to put it on the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, from this other side too, on my brow bone. Okay, so you can already see how glowy that is looking, and under the foundation that's going to look really pretty. It's just going to shine through. Right, so the next step is choosing the correct foundations that you want to use as your base. As it is a party event and you want your makeup to last, I would recommend at least mixing in a matte foundation into your makeup. So I'm obviously going in with the Fenty Pro Filter, as I mentioned earlier. However, I'm also going to be mixing it with two other products. The first one is this NARS tinted moisturizer. It is in the color Cuba, and I'm also going to be putting in a bit of my NARS All Day Luminous Weightless Foundation in Syracuse. So I'm mixing these two just because in Fenty Pro Filter it's a bit too dark and my NARS Syracuse is a bit too light, and I add the NARS tinted moisturizer because this is what I use actually as part of my everyday makeup routine. But I love the way it feels and the way it looks. It looks really light, but it also looks quite smooth and filtered almost. So I'm going to be mixing these three. And honestly, you guys, when it comes to summertime makeup, you want to put only the slightest amount of makeup on your skin, because otherwise it's going to look cakey, and as it is summer and as you are outdoors, you don't want to look too much, you know. So as you can see, I put barely even a pump of the Fenty Pro Filter on my hand. By the way, in Fenty Pro Filter I am number 345, but it is tad too dark. And then I'm going to take my NARS as well. Again, just put a little bit. And then the Tinted Moisture, I'm just going to give this a shake. Okay, so I've just got this on my hand and I apply with my fingers. I much prefer the coverage when I apply with my fingers. See into your neck as well. Right, so as you can see already on camera, this foundation is looking really smooth, really great. Next in, we're going to go in with our concealer. I use the NARS Creamy Concealer in Biscuit. I really like this concealer because it's really lightweight, but it has good coverage as well. But it's not too heavy. And again with the concealer, you don't want to put too much. So I'm just going to go down a bit of my nose. I have a bit of darkened areas here, so just put a bit on the corner of my lips. And that is really the only places that I concealer on. So again, blending with my finger. And when you blend, you really want to concentrate it around here as opposed to here and really close to the eyelid. I do that with the leftover product at the end. And then with the leftover concealer that is on my hand, I'm going to do the shape of my brows like so, because I don't really put concealer under my brows, like that. Okay, so that is our base. Now we should set it before it starts to crease. So I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Let's put some in the lid. I actually use this Real Techniques contour brush. I just love the way it fits under the eye. So swirl that in the lid, tap off any excess, and then you're going to press it into the skin like so. I've really noticed that when you press it into the skin like that, it makes my fine lines, wrinkles appear less, and it smooths them out a bit. We're going to brush off any excess, just a puffing brush, and then that is that. But now we're going to go in with the eyes. When it comes to summer eye looks, I like them to be really simple. So what we're going to do is, my favourite go-to eyeshadow is actually the bronzer slash contour powder that I use, and it's actually this product. It's by Too Faced and it's in Dark Chocolate Soleil, and it's perfect for those who are of my skin colour. It's my favourite contouring colour. And I'm going to take this concealer brush from Bare Minerals. I'm just going to put it, I'm going to run it into the crease and just above the crease as well, and that gives you a 3D dimension to your crease. So as you can see, I'm going just above my crease, and I love how this looks. Okay, make sure that's blended nicely. I love how that looks, you guys. Okay, and following what I said earlier, I'm going to take another colour, and this is actually a Clinique eyeshadow palette, a Colour Surge eyeshadow quad. So I'm going to be taking that, and I'm going to be taking this colour right here, and I'm just going to use a flat eyeshadow brush and just pack that colour. I'm going to put that onto the lid. It is a brownie. It's a warm brownie red, but it looks really good with the cool red tone of the contour that has gone into the crease. And this is just going to be packed onto the lid very gently. We don't want too much colour, we just want a subtle wash of colour. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with my bronzer and just do with the other side, and I'm just going to go back into the crease and just neaten it out and blend the two together. I'll close my eye for you. And it just really ties in with that whole bronze look that we're going to be going for today. So the next thing that we're going to do is just add a bit of a glittery eyeshadow just into the center of the eye so that it opens the eye. So I'm going to take my Naked palette and I'm going to choose the colour Sidecar, sticking with the pinky reddy tone that we're going for. Again, I'm going to take the flat brush and I'm just going to take it, and this one can be, it's going to go right in the middle, just in the middle, literally in the middle. Like so. And again, just blend so in case any went into the crease, the other side. And that is your finished eye look. I'm just going to... When it comes to summertime looks, I'm not really a fan of eyeliner. You could do a slight wing if you'd like to, but I'm not going to. What I am going to do though is just thicken the upper eyelash line, because I have lash extensions on. What I would suggest is that you put a really light wispy pair of lashes. That would look really nice with this eye look. I'm just going to blend the lashes in and just make the eyelash line look a bit thicker. So I'm going to take Dark Horse from the Naked palette and I'm just going to thicken that line. So again, just press it as close to the lash line as possible, and you can just take it out a bit. And that just thickens the lash line and makes it look a bit thicker. Then we're going to go in with a kohl liner for the upper waterline. Again, just doing the same thing just to make your lashes look thicker. So I'm going to use this Tartist eyeliner pencil. I'm just going to line my upper waterline. Same on the other side. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just put some eyeshadow in the inner corner of our eyes. I'm actually going to be using the same Clinique palette that I showed you earlier, and there's this really pretty pinkish colour. So I'm just going to take that with my finger, take a bit like so, and just put it into the corner of the eye. Next we're going to be doing our bronzing, and the part where this look really comes together and makes us look like a golden glowy goddess. So I'm going to be first using this Too Faced bronzer that I mentioned earlier, and I'm going to take it on a Real Techniques contour brush, and all I want to do is dab it into here like so. I'm just going to create a bit of dimension here, just slightly. So normally when I contour I go to the end of my brow, but here I don't even want to do that. Literally just a really tiny bit just to give it a bit of shape. The same on the other side. Just to give it shape, and then just go on the corners, on your forehead. That's it really. And on your chin like so. And we're just going to blend this out. Okay, and then I'm going to lightly contour my nose with this concealer brush that I used before, and I'm not going to put any more product. I'm just going to be using the remaining product that was there from when we used it on our eyes. Because this is not a heavily contoured look, so I want to be subtle with how we do it. Okay, and then we're just going to blend it with this buffing brush. Like so. Okay, so now we're going to go in with our bronzer. And the bronzer that I'm going to be using is this one. It's my go-to bronzer. It's Becca's Sunlit Bronzer in Eye Panama Sun. And I'm just going to be using this bronzing brush that I've had for decades. Just take a bit of that. And then tuck your cheeks in and just bronze away. So just follow where you essentially did the contour, and you can use quite a light hand, but this because it's such a subtle bronzer, you can literally put it all over and it will just make you look lit. And if you can still notice, the Marc Jacobs dewdrops are still shining through the skin, which I love. And then the last thing that we're going to do with the bronzer is just put it on the nose, just go over the nose contour that we did, and just like so. So we are looking very bronze right now. I love it. So next we're going to go in with our blusher. Blusher is going to give you a really youthful, radiant look in the summer. It is a necessity in my opinion. And I know loads of people don't think blushes go with a bronzer look, but I think it actually makes it look even better, because when you've been in the sun, your nose can get a bit red, the tops of your cheeks can get a bit red, and so the blusher is actually going to mimic that look. So we're going to be using the best blusher of all time for brown skin girls. It's the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush, and it is in the colour Mood Exposure. And it's got these different hues, as you can see, and that really reflects on the skin. I'm just going to take it on this Real Techniques blush brush, yeah, and smile. Put it down the bridge of my nose too, because I really like that look. A bit on my forehead, and then just blend it up into your bronzer. So that's what I like to do. Okay, so now we're looking very youthful, very radiant, and we are almost done. So the next thing that we are going to do is our brows. I'm going to be using my favourite brow product, and that is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil. So I'm just going to fill in my brows, and when it comes to filling in your brows, you want to follow the natural hair direction. So here the hair is going to go in like upward strokes, so you want to mimic that. And then when you get over here, it starts to go across, and then it starts going downwards like so. Just want to draw it over there, and the same on the other side. Okay, you guys, and then I actually do this in reverse. So I then take the spoolie and I use it to brush out the hairs, and I feel like this really not smudges, but it blends out any lines that you drew on and makes it look more subtle. So now that we've done our brows, we're going to go back in with the leftover Marc Jacobs dewdrops that we have from the beginning, because I squeezed too much. I'm just going to, once again, just go back over where I put it. So before, where I put it earlier. And then, finally, we're going to go in with a powder highlight to really amplify the bronze. So I'm going to be using the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt highlight. So there are two shades. There is Mo Honey and Afternoon Snack. I'm going to be going in with afternoon snack because it's a bit more subtle than Mo Honey, and we just want the tiniest amount. So as this is my graduation, I want to make sure that my skin looks really photogenic, so I'm going to be finishing off with the Charlotte Tilbury's Airbrush Flawless Finish powder in the shade number 2. This powder is so gorgeous, it makes your skin look airbrushed. So I'm just going to take a bit of that on a buffing brush. I'm just going to buff it into my skin. Make sure you hit all the areas. And as you can see, even through the highlight is just going to pop through. Okay, the last step is going to be our lips. I'm using this lip pencil from NYX called Lolita. It's a beautiful pink shade. It's such a pretty colour. And then we're going to go in with my all-time favourite, Rome from NYX. Pop that on top. Lolita works really well with all the NYX pink coloured lipsticks. Okay, you guys, we are nearing the end. I'm extremely sorry I forgot one step, mascara, which obviously if I was putting falsies on I would have done it together at the start, however I forgot, so I'm going to put mascara on my lower lash line. And that, you guys, is the finished look. I'm just going to do a little close-up for you. This is such a glowy, bronzed, lit up look that is great for summer, great for parties, and great for graduation like me. That's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you guys try this look out. If you do let me know down below in the comments. If there's anything else that you'd like to see, let me know. So thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I'd really appreciate if you could subscribe to my channel. I have lots of new content coming your way, so I'd love for you to stick around. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.
Qué sabroso.